Hello again, everybody. Harry Box of the Technical Trader. Monday night, February the 6th. These are the charts of the day. Still do not believe that it's time to look at the box of shorts, and there's so many longs that I literally had a tough time cutting them down. I want to show you a bunch of those first before we get involved with on the box of shorts side. Starting off today, Dendrion, DNDN. Look at this chart here. The explosive breakaway gap here, the strong move, and then a rising flag. Pop flag here, pull back, pop flag here, pull back, and pop today. Today jumped 236 or 16.6%. Volume surged to 30 million shares, the biggest volume since these couple days. And with the breakout here, it appears that this could move higher. I'm looking for something immediately in the high teens between 18 and 20. BVSN, a very strong surging snapback type move has taken place. You can see the stock had reversed very sharply after this monster move that took it from literally under 10 to 44 and 7. Well, let's just say it more than quadrupled in 4 weeks, due for this big pullback, going right to support and bounced sharply, and it's continued to move highly sharper, moving from literally from 20 to 40 in just about 5 days. So very, very big move. Don't get crazy and don't necessarily be caught short here. Just when I say short, don't be caught with this thing reversing, and watch for today's low around 34 and a quarter as being a potential exit point. That's a long way from the high, and we'll have to look at some intraday support for you tomorrow. SMSI broke out of a beautiful wedge or coil that's set up over the last couple weeks, and today popped for 29 cents or 15%. Volume surge to 2.2 million. That's the heaviest volume we've seen, going all the way back to, let's just check this out, 2.3 million traded a month ago on this breakout here. So perhaps we're on our way up to test the gap at around 310 or so. And that's the swing trader watch. GNK with a pop today, exploded up through the declining top line and through lateral price support and the moving averages as well, and closed at 833, up 94 cents, 12.7%, 1.4 million traded. That's the biggest volume in a couple months, and it looks like to me like we may get a run at the $10 range. Put a swing trade out on that. KVA looking real good. Reached our swing trade target at 3+ today, reaching 301 before it backed off slightly, but still a great close, up 11.6%, 31 cents. 1.87 million traded, nearly 1.9 million. The head and shoulder was completed here. The beautiful flag, the breakout, and run up to resistance. My next target, if you're looking for one, 415.20. Zolt has bolted lately with a big thrust on Friday, another nice follow through up $1.47, 11% today. If you step back and look at the overall pattern, you'll see resistance is here from the high beginning of last year. So this is a potential resistance level, but that won't be from 15.5, 3/4. That's what I'd be looking for in the follow through. Nice day today for Netlist. The stock, as you can see, is up against multiple highs in this zone. Should we get through here? I'm looking for 5. So stay tuned, everybody, and see whether we can generate enough volume to punch through the 385 area or so, 390. If that occurs, watch for this thing to explode on heavy volume. Anika Therapeutics, among the junior biotechs we follow that are doing fantastic of late. You can see this stock has moved dramatically after the big breakaway gap and the pullback flag that tested the moving averages. Moved up nicely and stalled for 4 weeks. Nice flag type consolidation. Started to move out last Thursday, again Friday. Today gapped up to the near resistance level that I had drawn in around 11.25, 11.40. So this is an area where we may see some resistance, but nevertheless, beautiful pattern. Long-term chart shows that we're reaching a 4-year high, and if it gets up above here, we could see something running into the mid and then high teens on a secondary basis. A Biomed, also another very strong move taking place here. You can see the big surge in October, November, the coil over the last 3 months prior to the last 4 days. Look at this move, taking it from 16.75 to 23, about a 50% move in the last 5 sessions. So very, very strong move. And if you look at the long-term chart on a weekly basis, you'll see major resistance taken out and a target now in the high 20s. A1, AONE, little mini head and shoulders bottom. Here's your left shoulder, head and right shoulder. Notice how it held the moving averages at 50, moved up Friday and popped through today, the neckline. I believe with volume increasing to almost 5 million shares, that this could extend and move up into the 3.25 and then 390 zone. Those are my short-term targets. CIE continues to amaze as this stock has now moved from the October low under 6.5, today's high at 22.33, nearly quadrupling in about 3.5 months. Yet momentum is strong. It has had a 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is the fifth wave in place, but I'm looking for it to move up to the mid-20s before it falters. LDK. Now, out of all the junior solars we follow, this one looks like it's acting the best. The long-term declining top line was taken out here with the thrust to resistance. It pulled back, tested it, broke out, and retested again. Then this big wedge formed, and in the last couple of days it's broken through that. Minor resistance up around 605, 610. We should test that tomorrow. But I'm looking for a move to 7.75, 790 zone, ultimately in the next few weeks. Pandora has moved up nicely in stair-step fashion. Today it broke through this line here. That's why I'm showing it to you, with a target up around 16 and then maybe 17 coming up on Pandora. Soda, beautiful basis built. Stock broke out here, consolidated, and is pushing key resistance in the zone. Minor resistance at the September highs around 44.75, but should it get to that, I'd look for the stock to make a run at 50. Let's see if we can get volume and a technical breakout. VHC, put a swing trade back on it today as what I believe is a up channel here, successfully tested, lateral price resistance tested, moving averages tested. The stock has moved up the last 2 sessions, unable to break through this line. Let's look for a move through 26.75. You get that, I'd look for 32, 33 zone, maybe as high as 35.6, depending on what kind of momentum and volume it can generate. Cocoa, wanted to point out that this swing trade is working perfectly, but it's already near my swing trade target around 5, and 495 reaching 480 today, and also at the top of the channel, so there may be some resistance up here. RAX swing trade idea broke through, stalled for a day. Today reversed nicely off of the 46.80 range to close at 48.40, up $1.21. And this one could be on its way to higher levels. I'm projecting somewhere up around the 53.55 range. And lastly, today is Affymax, AFFY, which we pointed out last week, broke out of key 2-year resistance, and after taking out this coiling base here, or consolidation, it's exploded from about 6.75 up to almost 11, just in the last week and a half. Bit overbought, yes, but through key overhead resistance, indeed. Love to see it set up in this area and flag, but it does look like on a long-term chart here that maybe a shot at running up into the mid-teens to fill that gap, or at least partially, could be had, and that's what we'll be looking for Affymax. That's it for this evening. You guys have a good one, and we will talk about box of shorts tomorrow. I promise we'll get some of them in. Bye-bye.